Hello, beautiful souls. I'm Carola. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to discuss different channels. Thank you for joining or watching it later whenever you got time. And thank you for support. Like, subscribe, and share. So today we're going to talk about different subjects there because there's a lot of things going on. First of all is what is our energy? About some dark movies that keep coming up and what did it really mean to us? How did we so easily accept all these strange things that are not normal? Basically, we just stood there and accept them all. So I'm going to have a few different discussions. So I've got a few notes written down and a few things. And also about manifesting. Manifesting is happening very fast. It's like sometimes I ask for something and the next day is there it is. But also having a lot of downloads in the moment. So I'm going to see where our downloads in the world is in the moment, and then we'll go into a bit of woohoo. We do a little bit of everything today. Is basically I find it quite easier. So today we're going to ask about where is that activation in our gateway of light. Where are we at? And I'm also going to use some of my own artwork as well, but I'm going to use these cards first and then my artwork. Hang on, I'll just grab it. Beautiful. As well as, first of all, we're going to put the energy of Archangel Metatron all around us to feel happy, secure, and safe. It's a beautiful energy, and it's very powerful. So my artwork is more of the energy that comes out. And I do draw angels, but instead of drawing the angels, I draw the energy that comes from that being. It's the same when I do personal drawings. I like to draw the energy that they need in that vortex and that time that they basically are in. So like when you draw vortexes, I do personal drawing. I do booking sometimes, but it just depends where someone's at and what they're now. I just taking the cards. So it's been a really fun journey. The other thing is also this beautiful crystal. It's Pleiadean, so it's a beautiful energy to draw into and draw without you and use. It's like, like we use the violet flame down here, they actually got this beautiful energy up in the Pleiades, and it's really beautiful actually. It's a very beautiful energy to work with. If you see behind me all the pictures I actually drew, because I channel a lot. And in a moment, there's such a big upgrade of energy coming through. And we talk about karmic things as well, how we can actually let them go and that kind of stuff as well. So it is really interesting times. So, all right, now, what are we activating? What's Earth, Mother Earth, ready to activate for humanity? We'll go and ask it like that, is because not everyone is up to. So it's the sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness and sensuality. So being gentle with oneself, allowing yourself to step into the light, believing in yourself and really stepping into the power of the beautiful energy. The sacred inner space, so go within. Going within is a beautiful energy. The divine matrix, interconnection, synchronicity, and God in. Hang on, this is a really long word. God incidences. So basically, is you're running into things and they're like coincidence, sickness. I believe in zinking really deeply. So this is a beautiful card, and it's the flower of life as well. So there's a lot opening in the divine matrix. Is your inner heart, your inner soul. You're doing your soul journey really connecting to that soul's journey and liking where you're going. The ancestry arm. So there's a lot of karmic release. I keep pulling this. So I pulled this last night in my class as well. So there's quite a few people still having karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. So what do you believe is true? Where's your boundaries? Why haven't we realized that we should have had boundaries? This is my karmic release card. So basically is when you release karma, you go through releasing it, right? And then you have a choice. Are you ready to let go? So this is a vortex and has light language around it, okay? But it's also got a train track around it. And this white is healing and unhooking the energy basically from karmic, ancestral karmic, and what you don't really need to use anymore. So that's actually what this is for. So releasing your karma. Where are you at releasing karmic energy? Have you got the key? Have you got the understanding? Have you got the insight of having your boundaries up and having your, returning back into your soul's journey? This year is all about your soul's journey. What are you going to accept out in this world? How you're going to move your energy and what energy you're going to be in. There's so many beautiful energy workers out there. I do energy work as well. I actually can hold pretty high frequency, but I've been doing it for many, many years. And I must say it's easy to do it's a lot easier to do when you do with ease and grace. Never ask to, if you channel or you do some work and you do healing work, even when it's on yourself, because everything is about our nervous system at the moment and our DNA. So our nervous system is feeling a lot of things. Sometimes it's spasms and stuff like that because we're upgrading. And as we're doing it, is when you feel that as a healer or a light worker, is ask it to be done with ease and grace and not go whack, because you'll be in bed for days. I can tell you that. So do it with ease and grace. That's just a suggestion from me. So now I'm going to pull 5 cards on this where we're at. So we got the 2 flight codes. Okay, so this is Egyptian light initiation, great teacher, awakening, divine magic. Because I always believe all the energies aligning all around the world with the ley lines, the pyramids. There's an activation happening, and a lot of people feel it and some don't, but it's okay. Everyone is where they're at. The halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. So this is all about the lessons we're going through right now. And believe me, there is many, because when I look at things around the world, am I in a movie? Is that reality? Are people actually that greedy, trying to hold us humanity sort of like in a hostage situation, but yet in a free situation, if you know what I mean? Some people just don't understand that the more they agree to something, the more they actually allow to come in. But at what cost? Last time I did the reading, it was only 50%, but it's all about balancing the energies, basically having positive and negative energy totally balanced. Is we've had this, all our histories are lie. What can what else is, what can we actually believe in this cycle, in this life? So, but that's your choice what you believe. So I don't. So I'm going to do the next one is about our earth and what we need, and let's have crystals with it as well. As you know, we are still in a retrograde, and that's how it feels. So this is my retrograde card, okay? And it has many vortexes, and it goes over here and over there. And then some people don't do very well with it. I don't really mind it. But our most important is the upgrade to our DNA, okay? And this is what's happening as well. Are you ready to open your third eye? Are you ready to jump into yourself? Are you ready to really see and open your eyes to where you want to be in 10 years? Do you want to live like this for the next 10, 20, 30 years? Would you like this for your children? So there's many questions to ask. So, but like I say, is do we really have that free will sometimes, you know? So I had a download the other day, and I was sitting, it was really funny, and I will ask the cards after that, is that we are purposely, our memory when we're born is purposely removed. So I'm going to have a deep dive on that one, actually, because to see what's actually true. So, okay, our first card for the world for our crystals and vibration is our portal, Century of Light and Magwort. So we have a beautiful healing temple, astral travel. So that's all available right now. Can you see that? So so there you go. And it's even got a little dragon up the top here if you have a look. I like dragons, so I think they're beautiful. And the next one is Diamond Heart Seed Crystal, Golden Age Wisdom, DNA Activations, Lumeria, Priceless Awakening, sorry. So have a look at that beautiful card. So it's all there. Everything is reawakening. Everything is coming alive. Everything is just changing. And I find it really beautiful. And I find that, like, I had such a beautiful energy. I feel so good. I feel so much happier. I was so serious there for a little while, and I'm so grateful that sort of dropped away. And it is, you know, and it's becoming like that again. The Ethiopian opal, fertile ground, Pegasus, unicorns, energy, rainbow child. So this is actually more to do with our children as well. Is we have to really have a look at our children's soul's journey, because they have so many frightening things happen to them lately. You know, with these and then certain, as a parent, unexpectedly you're freaking out because you want the best for your child, and then by that you actually frighten your child. So we have to have that look at all that as well. And it's quite interesting, is because I know some children they clean their hands about 10, 20 times a day, and they have this thing now where they're totally they're just totally so scared of germs, and I'm thinking, wow, what have we created here? It's really hard to explain, but the mother explained it to me. And she's only 14, you know. Wow, you know, and she doesn't want to go out in case she catches germs, and it's a really interesting times in the moment. So we have to really build our children's energy up, and really make them worthy of everything, and not to be afraid, basically. Let the fear go. So we have this beautiful card. It's called Womb Healing. It's sexual power, sovereignty, garden and lady mantle. So I always had this vision that this was something to do with the women's womb as well. So it's quite interesting. So my body is a safe space. How amazing is that? Lava stone and red hot poker, transmuting, breaking down barriers and realization. So, and this looks like blood flowing, if you really, you know, because it's a lava flow. Your body's your temple, basically, and that's what it's telling you. I can interpret this in many ways, but, you know, I'm not here to dictate to people over things. I just want everyone to step out of fear, move forward, and have a nice life, basically. And you know, and that we see what's going on is not true. So that that something, if you don't feel that something is not right, and just keep following, how are you going to feel in 20 years when this affects your grandchildren? How are you going to feel? That's just my opinion, but this is for entertainment and purpose only. So you take out of it whatever you like. Now, I'm going to talk about some rabbit holes, some movies. Okay, so as you know, the Johnny case is finally over. So my first question is, was Johnny groomed for these movies? Just remember, he was very young. Okay, so we're going to talk about the movie. There is really weird movies out there. As you know, he done the Scissors Hand, the Snatchers, the Body Snatchers, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and all those kind of movies. Something to do how the celery ate. So, anyway, there was a person called Ronald Dahl, I think his name was, a Roald Dahl something. He was a movie maker, okay, and Johnny, Matilda, even all those movies. They always had these villains trying to take these children. Like in the Chocolate Factory, they actually put the children through things, and then not nice things happen to the children. Basically, is so we're going to have a look at that as. Because it was trying to normalize us, that they turned into a lolly and then people ate the lolly, sort of, basically. All right. So, all right. So, was Johnny Depp groomed? Oh, yes. See his card? See their head flying around and the people standing around that try to normalize everything. Interesting. And then we got the lovers, so making deals. It's off the question and answer. I won't pull too many cards in it. There's a feminine energy. And this looks like him a bit, if you have a look with his hat on, right? And the funny part is he's always been in really odd movies. So unfortunately he was Johnny Depp trying to get out of the dark cold, or whatever you call Hollywood, whatever you want to call it. So I got the Hyphen and the Sun. Yes, to me, yes, he was. Okay, and there, but he also had. There's a lot of information. See all the little children's there, as well as. I think in the end, some of the things really got to him. All right. Why did they make witches? There was a movie out where the witches turned the kids to, I think it was mice, because they wanted to get rid of all the kids and eat them. And there was a big kid. He just wanted chocolate lollies and all that is. Why did they always make witches look so evil? Because it was easy. Oh, interesting. So it was to scare the children. Funny. I've got two aces here. There's a lot of power in doing that. there's a lot of hidden information. So they made all these movies, like Matilda, Lookout Mountain. They used white rabbits, and Body Snatchers. There's just so many movies out there, and the witches movie where they wanted to eat the children. This person, Dahl, is he a dark hole? That's what is he? Because he made a very dark move, and I think they're even worse than Stephen King's. Oh, he liked going deep in. He wanted to change the world. So he tried to play the magician and try to basically change. Change. He liked going into the darkness, basically. So yeah, and I got the yes card here. So it's quite interesting. I think in those times we were very normalized to that kind of stuff. I actually don't like watching violent movies or crappy movies. It doesn't do much for me. So we can see how even when children watch Matilda, she's like crucified. How come this teacher had all these weapons, right? And Charlotte in the chocolate factory, that was very Tartarian, that place that was used as making this chocolate, and then I was listening to someone the other day, and they reckons, how did that building actually come into the movie, because it was so Tartarian. But it's in there. Interesting things is we just have to be more aware what our children watch, basically, that they don't think that's normal, because it's not. So it's a lesson to be learned. Now I'm going to go differently here. So in Area 51 was a certain gentleman that we know who does a lot of work behind the scenes. Did he know about the technology of spaceships? It was shown to him, so it was, because I read an article that the P's were not supposed to know and then went to lie. He pushed for the information actually and was very interested. And it's because he was so connected. So this is Pleiadean Energy. And he is a king. And there's more going on than we think. So they enter everything by water as well. The Four Cups, very thinking card. Is there anything I need to know? Am I allowed to know more about the technology in 1947 about the UFOs? Oh, they sent a lot out, and there was a lot of information out at that time. And then something happened. Something turned more evil than it should. A lot of people knew about it, but didn't do nothing about it. The Chariot brought an energy in very fast. New technology, and it came in by water. So I got the Eight of Pentacles. So there's a lot of money that was given to that as well. Interesting. All right. While we're on this subject, is the technology that was used as we advance, because we're in 2022, so that's quite a long time ago, is how advanced are we using a lot of that technology? There were deals made, big deals to use it, but one card was light, one was dark, so both had the technology. And then some of it was actually frozen. So some technology wasn't given forward, basically. Interesting. Because there was a lot of death that came from it. A lot of experiments, deaths, blah, blah, blah. Frozen. Interesting. Yeah. Experimenting on certain, you know what, says it all. And it was all for technology, and then see the children there? Yeah, I don't need to say no more. I might leave it at that. Interesting. In that area, there's many areas like that around the world. Even where I live in the land of Oz, they still doing tech research, time walking through Star Gates, walking through vortexes. It's juggling in the moment. I think the balance is coming. There's a deal made again, so I've got these two together. That's quite interesting, actually. So it's all about balance. So, and technology with water. There's a lot of water. There's a lot of technology used with water. I got this queen again. So there's someone really involved in this, which is quite beautiful. And then the Five of Swords. So because of this card and the female in there, is they're trying to tie the information up. The female, so say if I was an Arcturian, Pleiadean, or someone that came to Earth to share the knowledge that is channeled, and these are very advanced beings, for instance, and this is what they're trying to do, basically, right? Is finish, tie up the technology and hold it back. So there's a lot of technology that is being used, but a lot has been also held back. Is there anything else the universe wants me to know on this subject? Because a lot of times I don't like you talking about it. We need a lot of strength. There's a lot of changes coming. So I always feel October is a really big month. So just be ready for it. There's a lot of things that are coming out. Okay. And then we have younger people. They need to wake up and step up. And yes, there's lots happening. So I won't talk about all that anymore. We know is people talk about seeing spaceships. Do you know, as you work with these beings, the spaceships, yes, we can go onto spaceships, but we also, if we have, when I travel into the energy of all this, is many years ago I activated vortexes with it. It was quite interesting, actually. And there was a lady, I was very lucky. I always met the right people at the right time to do this, and I find it really cool. Hi. Hi, Leah. How are you? So, anyway, we'll go into different subjects. We had enough of that. Right. So, normalizing wars. What is a story that we're made feel guilty about something that we don't even create? So certain people are on this high arch thing is, what is it? I'm going to use the sun cards for this because I want different answers. What is it? Why? Seeing the ugliness of what it creates and the separation, what is it they're trying to normalize, basically? Let's have a look at the energy on it. Discovery of what you will take, where you will take it, how you will deceive it, how the history and all that is, It's quite interesting because this is our world. This is very Egyptian ship, and there's ships there but discovering what we do. Why is there so much violence that they have to bring out with this, or ostentation? So if you have a look at that card, it's quite interesting. And then control is the next card. So they want to control everything, and that's why. And that answers that, the manipulation of wars and stuff like that, Interesting. So it's about control. So it's not about our well-being. It's about control. Quite interesting, actually. I want to ask a quick question here. What is our history from the 1800s a big lie? It's very dark. It's a King of Cups. Then the Pentacles. There was a lot of money involved. And it was manipulated. So, yes, it is. Okay, so there are the three cards. So what you think you know, it's not true. All right. Now, I want to talk about karma and false karma like we did before. Is our karma, with all the things that went on with the history. I know we're in a karma clearing energy in the moment, and it's a really good time, but the karma that we thought that we always brought in, was some of it actually not real? That's what I want to know. Oh, it's the Death card. It's quite interesting. The King of Wands. So if you have a look at it, it's writing in with energy, blah, blah, blah. Look at that. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's quite interesting because we're talking about karma here, past karmas, old karmas, So the karma that's coming, it wasn't death, but we're talking about, was the karma manipulated for us to believe that we, because a lot of people say, they wish karma on someone. So it's quite interesting, actually. And yeah, it was like, there's a lot more to it. I might do a really deep dive on that. I won't do it today, but it's about the karmic patterns. What did we bring in there? It was with the Wheel of Fortune here. It's very universal, this karmic pattern. So it is a really good time to let go of all the karmic things. And it was brought in to earth. Who brought the lessons in? Because we're oneness in God's energy. So who brought these lessons in to make us believe that we sinned? it was a deal made. And the justice is here. And yes, it was brought in with the deal. Okay. So our soul somehow made a deal to accept it. We've been told to accept it, basically. So we made a deal. Interesting. Now I'm going to go into Australia. Was this had an election? Of what I see, what's going on with the election? Was it, some words I can't say here. So tell me more about the election cards. Was it or was it not? So the King of Swords, the Five of Cups, the Six of Swords, the Lovers, and so what I'm feeling here, the King of Swords was picked straight away. There's also some kind of ending coming, trying to bring our land out of troubled water. There was a deal made, and that's the deal. Is there anything Spirit wants me to know about the election? It's a fool's journey, basically, so you can believe whatever you like about it. So it's up to you. The Emperor. What an energy. The Fool and an Emperor. And here comes the Judgment. There's a big judgment coming on this, by the way. I feel there's something in the paperwork about a person, and the big judgment will come about. And here's a Chariot that brings it in. So it's just a matter of time. I do a big reading on it. And now is Australia was called New Holland. Was there people living here in Australia as it was New Holland? Was it all established? It was, and it was very flowy. People from all over, yeah. And there's a Page of Pentacle with beautiful mountains behind it. And then a deal came along somewhere eventually, and the Cups. So 7 of Pentacles, new strategies, the High Priestess. So something is going on, because the High Priest is very powerful, and then everything was stolen. Everything that existed that you once knew, when it was beautiful, powerful, and I believe with the High Priestess there was see the energy around it. I believe there was free energy. There was a lot of things that were so different, and then it was stolen. Interesting. There you go. So now we're going to ask if the history is so rigged. Are we returning to a better energy in Australia? So this is for Australia only, okay? Yes. Can you give me a timeline, please? I got the Page of Pentacles. So something to do with finances as well. Everything has to turn upside down first. And we have seen that the last few years anyway. There's more to come, unfortunately. There's more to be exposed. There's different ways of thinking. There's the Emperor, the energy card, news, and the new beginnings of the Fool. Interesting. So basically, prepare yourself is there's a lot of stuff being removed still. So basically is we've just come out of the Tower energy and there's a big energy shift. So just prepare yourself that there's a lot of changes going to happen here, okay? So it's quite interesting. So, wow. Interesting. Okay, for closing the subject on everything, I'm going to do a reading for everybody. How's that sound? So I'm going to use my beautiful dimensional cards. And then what do every human, every beautiful soul, where are we at? What do we need to know? So we are in expansion, exploration, boldness, unknown, and limitless. So basically we are going into the unknown now, okay? So don't fear it. Just surrender and trust the unknown. It's a beautiful Vortexes energy. It's a number 15 as well card. So I was born on the 15th, so 15 has a lot of meaning to me. So it's quite beautiful. And then we're going into our throat porthole, our throat chakra, to speak your truth. So this is coming back into your truth. Speak your truth, you know. You don't have to pretend if something's not true, it's just not true. And that's cleansing your throat chakra. And then we got our root chakra. So there's a lot of energy still held in our root chakra. So we need to do a lot of work on the root chakra as well, because it's where we hold a lot of the energy. Okay. And funny enough, it's number 33. That's where we have to stabilize our root chakra. We have to let go of the fear, surrendering to who you are, and then speak your truth with your throat chakra. And then we have the guardians. So there's a lot of guardians here. Many centuries ago, something happened to our guardians. So, but these have come back to the light now. So we have a beautiful energy of the guardians, and it gives us hope. It gives us warning that we need protection, shielding ourselves, defend. And it's to do with your base chakra as well, not to step always into fear, right? So it's make sure you protect your energy, okay? And it's really important. And don't believe everything you hear, okay? And then we go illumination is expression, prosperity, and joy. So basically is when everything changes, the grass will look greener on the other side. It's a beautiful card. I think a lot of people become more self-sufficient and start doing things for themselves again, thinking for themselves, creating, and using the talents. We have so many talented people in this world. It's quite amazing. Adventure. So it actually takes us on a new adventure. Innocent play. It's like the discovery, like the Fool, basically. But it's in this card. So everything is opening up for us. How beautiful. And then our lucky last. What does this Pleiadean energy want us to know? What's the last? It's How beautiful is this? Harmonic Resolution. So it's all about release release your anger, transmute your anger, release your negativity, because this we hold a lot in our base chakra with it. So there's a lot of work that we need to do to step out of fear, own our anger, and understand why you're angry, and then work with it and release it. And there's so many beautiful things. So it's basically healing who you are, stepping in your power, owning who you are, being the beautiful soul that you are, and just be the best version of you. That's basically it. So I'm going to sign off, and I hope you really enjoy this channel, and I hope it really, really grows in the future. And much blessing to you. I am doing some cooking shows. I'm a chef by trade as well, so I'm going to get into that. I'm actually learning something next week, which is quite interesting, which it's not really my cup of tea, gardening, but I decided since I cook the stuff, I might as well learn how to grow it. So we're starting a community gardening, which is quite interesting. So there's so many beautiful souls out there doing so much beautiful heart work. Here in Hervey Bay, we have such beautiful freedom, and a big shout out to the Cafe Lockout. He came and visited, and people told their story. That was really amazing. So thank you for that, Cafe Lockout, Michael. So thanks for that. And my deepest respect for a lot of the candidates that actually ran in our federal election. One of my favourite was Ricardo, of course. I think he speaks his truth, and it's very enjoyable. Thanks to Rebel News for bringing us all the beautiful things that you do. That going to Switzerland was quite an eye-opener and an interesting. I quite enjoyed watching that. So a call out to them, and a call out to all your beautiful souls that are really working hard in staying in your power. I was going to read a poem actually to a friend of mine. If it's close by, I might grab it and just read it. I can't remember where I put it. Otherwise, I'll do it next time. No, I'm not sure where I put it. It's quite a beautiful poem. Where did I put it? Well, anyway, yeah, I'll read that next time. It's quite beautiful and it's quite heartfelt. So, but with this said, I'm signing off. Lots of love to you all, and I hope you enjoy what I talk about, and much blessing. And I really would love to do a cooking show with David Wilcock, because he drank the barbecue. No, anyway, he put some awesome shows out, and they're so funny, and they make my day sometimes, watching other people having a good laugh. And what a beautiful scenery around there. It's just amazing. So living up high in the mountains, it's quite interesting. So anyway, with all that said, much blessing, and to you beautiful beings, have a beautiful afternoon. Bye. And keep smiling. Keep